Hello everyone. Well, are you ready for another week of pattern paper DSP ideas of paper that's on sale? I decided to play with the Irresistible Blooms suite. They have a bundle and pattern paper that matches, and it's in the online exclusives that you can find on my website. The link to my website is below. But I decided to play with that this week because I don't know if it's going to be around much longer, so I decided to give it a try. So I am using the Irresistible Blooms dies, which is the big one and the big flower are the ones I'm using. I am using the Irresistible Blooms dies, and I've got the big flower and the leaf die to cut them out. I will be using fresh Freesia ink, Pretty Peacock ink. I am going to use some of the Tinsel Gems 3-pack. You need a ruler and a pencil. For your card, you need a piece of Pretty Peacock that's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. You need a piece of white that's 4 by 5 1/4. You need a piece of the Hello Irresistible, I'm not certain, it's the paper that goes with it, and you need a piece that's 3 by 5 1/4. This is the pattern I have chosen. I'm going to move these over here. You need a scrap of Freesia and a scrap of Lost Lagoon. All right, let's move this out of the way, and our first step is to stamp our flower. So I'm going to take the fresh Freesia and the flower, and I'm going to stamp it on here. And the reason I went with this color is there was so much green it needed another color. So I did that, and now on this, I'm going to use Pretty Peacock, and I'm going to stamp 2 of the leaves. Oops, messed up on that one. Okay, there we go. That's better. So there's one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to stamp it down here where I made my mistake. And I'm not wasting my paper. All right, so I've got to cut all of this out, and then I'll be back. Okay, I have my pieces all cut out. All right, let me get these out of the way, and I'm going to put this together, and I'm going to use glue dots on the bottom of this to attach it to my flower. It's just easier. Okay, so there's my glue dots, and I can then put one flower here and one flower or leaf there. So there's that ready to go. Now we need to deal with our pattern paper. This is 3 inches by 5 1/4. I'm going to angle cut this. This is already at 3, so I'm going to use that, and then I'm going to go up 2 inches from the bottom. So I'm just cutting off the top like so, and I'm going to pull in my trimmer, and my 2-inch mark is in the channel where I cut, and the tip is in the channel. So I'm going to, oh, it moved on me. I'm going to flip it around. Reason being is I have more to hold on to on this side. Okay, now cut the top and then the bottom. And now we have our angle cut. And you know, I'm doing some thinking here. This is going to go on our piece of white, like so. All right. But I'm wondering if I should put some gold or silver underneath. It might have to be silver. Let's see, a strip. Let's see. That's close enough. Oh, I think I like the silver. Let me cut a little tiny strip of this. All right, I cut a piece that's a 1/2 inch, and I'm going to put this on here, but I'm going to use glue dots along the back. I haven't found that glue holds this, but glue dots will. So I'm just going to use a row of glue dots across there. And then I'll take off my backs and set it down, and then I can trim it. One more. All right, let's get them off. You know what? These are closer together. I've got one left on here. I'm not going to save it. I'm going to put it there. That way I know it'll stay together. So let me pull off all my backs, and I'm just going to set them to the side. Okay. That one went over a little bit, so I'm just going to pull it back on itself. Almost. One more. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this down even. All right. And then I'm going to take this, and I'm going to put it right in the middle and just put a little tiny piece on there. And the reason I put it in the middle, it is too hard to try and line up your edges. So I just put it in the middle, and then I trim off one end, trim off the other end, and I get rid of all my trash. Okay, there. Now this is going to go on here, and I really like that little bit of silver. All right, I'm going to add some glue, like so. All right, and then when you put this down, put your bottoms even. Okay, like so. This piece is going to go on our card base. So let me fold and burnish it. And then this is going to go on like that. I think that little bit of silver just really adds to it. Okay. Here's this. This goes on like so. Hold it for a few seconds so it grabs. All right. This is going to go on here like so. I may pull it down some, but I'm going to use dimensionals for it. All right. So I'm going to add some dimensionals to the back. Let me cut some more. there's that and that. And that, and I'm going to put one in the middle for good measure. Let me find my pokey tool, get my backs off. Make sure you hold your pieces tight when you do this so you don't rip off your leaves when you're doing it. Now, I think I'm going to go that way with it. I think it looks really good that way. And then to finish it off, I'm going to pull in the Tinsel Gems 3-pack, and it has the Freesia in here. So I'm going to take a big one. Now you can add a sentiment. You can add a ribbon. I tend to use simple layouts with gems because I like my sparkle. I think I'm going to put one here and one down here to highlight that flower. I didn't put it down here because these are so light I don't think they would show up. So there's my card, my first card for this week. And don't forget to do the inside and the envelope. Now make sure you check out Vicky's channel and see what pattern paper she's using this week. We're using different paper this week. I'm not certain what she's using because we don't have the same after all we've done. Don't forget, if you're not subscribed to my channel, click that button below and subscribe. I hope you have a great day. Bye.